Today we talk about building a platform that serves not just yourself and not just your audience, but the world. Welcome to episode number 33 of the Ian Luebbers journey, and today I have my good friend here, Matt Cohn, and he's visiting me for a few days, and we've been talking about some really interesting stuff. And in particular, something that we both feel very strongly about is the idea of serving, of becoming an entrepreneur to serve both yourself and the world. And we think that a lot of people forget the part about serving the world. So what's your take on this? How would you succinctly describe why you feel so strongly about this?
Yeah, well, we have people in our society who have all the influence and impact that they could ever want, and they choose to use that platform that they have built to sell lip gloss or to promote their self-image. And, that's nice, but I feel like it's so much more meaningful and so much more impactful to use the platform that you have created to genuinely impact and serve the lives of other people, because that impact is going to create a domino effect that is not going to impact just your life and not just the people that you're impacting, but it's going to impact the people that they come in contact with. And, I think as a society, we really should start challenging how many people use their platform. So, does that kind of answer the question?
100%. Yeah. And I particularly like the idea of a ripple. I talk about legacy a lot, and one of the things I focus a lot of my mental attention on and work with clients on is legacy and thinking about what you want your legacy to be. And I actually think the best metaphor that I use for legacy is a ripple. Is how can you create a ripple that impacts people in a positive way? And the answer to this really is, as I've discovered, is the changes that you make in people's lives. So, and sometimes this is really small. They just read something you posted on Facebook and they have a slightly better day. And that has sort of the butterfly effect that you can't even predict. But there's also these massive changes. One of the reasons I love working one-on-one with clients is because it allows you to create this unprecedented level of personal change. And when that happens, when you can completely change somebody's worldview and their prospects, you can create an unimaginable ripple. A lot of people forget that when you make an impact on somebody, it doesn't end there. It actually follows sort of an exponential curve, meaning that impact spreads to 2 people and then 4 people and then 10 people. And it really is a ripple. And it doesn't matter how small the pebble is, it can fill the entire pond.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I mean, everybody wants to live forever, right? And I have some friends who actually have committed their lives to science and technology and discovering ways to live forever, but I think they might end up ironically dying through those efforts. But I think the best way to live forever is to leave an impact and leave a legacy and create that effect that survives you, that survives the immortality of yourself, because again, that's what changes the world, and that's what lasts when you're gone. So yeah. Does that make sense? Yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah, something that I constantly remind myself of is I went through a very difficult portion of my journey where I was very depressed and had a lot of mindset issues. And the thing that really drives me, more so than money's nice and necessary and allows you to make an impact, but it doesn't give me anything like the feeling that I get when I help somebody who could end up falling into a situation like I was in. And I've had multiple clients in situations like this. where if, maybe if they don't find the right mentor, or if they don't find somebody who's been through something similar during that time, they'll just fall into a downward spiral and go through something like I went through. And knowing that I can help people avoid that or pull themselves out of it, or basically my unique experience in suffering now gives me a unique opportunity to help others in similar situations. That feeling of impact and that feeling of being able to serve people in that way, that is what drives me. There's nothing can match the feeling that I get from somebody telling me, you've changed my life. Like, I wouldn't be where I am without you. And this includes people that I've done stuff for completely free. Like, it's completely independent of money, and more than anything, that ripple. Those are the things that will survive me, and that's really what drives me. Boom. All right, time's up. Let us know in the comments if you have recently seen, this is something I'm curious about, what are your favorite examples or favorite example of people using a platform for an incredibly empowering purpose? And we'll talk tomorrow.
Peace.